आप देख रहे हैं टीवी इंडिया न्यूज चैनल, भारत में तेजी से बढ़ता हुआ न्यूज नेटवर्क।
Years, what have they done for Kerala? What have they done for Thiruvananthapuram? This gentleman has been a minister for IT for 2.5 years. Has he even brought a single thing, a little pin or a chip to our Technopark in Trivandrum? Absolutely zero. The first thing that he has done is a week after being announced as the candidate of the BJP, he has come and announced 10 AI centres. Till then, Kerala was a blank slate for them. Why should anyone trust any promise made by the BJP when their track record is zero? There is a very important sort of ideological difference between what we stand for and what our opponents stand for. And the principle of India's diversity, pluralism, oneness, versus a politics of Hindutva, Hindi, Hindustan, which is not something that the people of Kerala should be voting for. So all of this is very much part of my appeal to the voters of Trivandrum.
Your opponent, the BJP candidate, is saying that no development has happened or it has not reached the extent, and vote for someone who's going to sit in power when they'll develop.
Yeah. So they've been in power for 10 years. What have they done for Kerala? What have they done for Thiruvananthapuram? This gentleman has been a minister for IT for 2.5 years. Has he even brought a single thing, a little pin or a chip to our Technopark in Trivandrum? Absolutely zero. The first thing that he has done is a week after being announced as the candidate of the BJP, he has come and announced 10 AI centres. Till then, Kerala was a blank slate for them. In fact, the opposite is true. The BJP government has broken 3 public promises they made in the last 10 years. They promised Kerala an AIIMS. There is no AIIMS in Kerala yet. They promised Kerala a National University of Ayurveda. They put it in Gujarat instead. They promised Kerala an upgrade of the National Institute of Speech and Hearing here in Thiruvananthapuram into a National University for Disability Studies. That's in their budget speech of 2015-16. They went and took that and gave it to the Northeast. So at the end of the day, they take their politics where it suits them, but they make promises where it suits them, and they break all their promises. Why should anyone trust any promise made by the BJP when their track record is zero in every single promise?
Tharoor, now the biggest talking point is the electoral bonds. Do you think the Congress is still on a back foot in actually criticizing it?
Absolutely not, because the electoral bonds have really, there are some incredibly serious questions to ask about the fact that you are finding companies that have no serious track record donating more than their official profits. You've got companies that have given donations to electoral bonds or purchased electoral bonds and then mysteriously won contracts within a few weeks thereafter. You have companies that have been raided by CBI, ED, IT, and then suddenly they're giving electoral bonds later. This is unfortunately a very, very bad impression of our democracy that's been given to all those who follow this information, because it looks like, as Rahul Gandhi said yesterday, an extortion racket at work. And it's a disgrace that this is happening in an established democracy like ours.
But sir, Congress also accepted it.
No, obviously the electoral bonds are announced by the government and they're part of the law of the land. Why should we turn them down? It's not that we were getting very much of them. What we got, we accepted, of course. If it's a legal means of finance, we'll accept it. Now the Supreme Court has said it's completely unconstitutional. We're very happy not to accept anymore. Let's see what happens. He actually alleged that the only person in Parliament who participated in the CAA debate was his party's sole MP. I really wonder, where he gets his information from and whether he has anyone on his staff to do some basic homework. I was the one who was the first one to oppose the introduction of the CAA, followed by E.T. Mohammed Bashir of the Muslim League, who was a UDF ally. In the debate, I spoke against the CAA, I beg your pardon, and I made it very clear that as far as we were concerned, our fundamental issue was one of principle. That it was, on the one hand, an introduction of a religious principle into citizenship, which is a violation of the basic understanding of the Constitution, Article 14, which pledges equality to everybody. But equally, it is a betrayal